Guys, Paul Darby here. So I just thought I'd do a little brief impromptu live stream about Bitcoin. If you see me look off to the side, I am going to do that because I'm looking at the screen and I don't have the camera mounted at the screen because I don't want anybody to see this. So since I don't want you to see that, I'm going to keep the camera aimed away from that. I am in the house out of my office, and this has turned into a stock room temporarily during the storms and stuff. So, I've got big kerosene heaters set up and fuel and cook stoves and butane and all kind of stuff. So let's talk about Bitcoin instead of the storms for right now. One of the things that I want to mention to you is you're going to either make the decision that you don't ride emotionally on Bitcoin price every day and all day with the price. In other words, I see Bitcoin going up as much as $5,000 in a month, in a day, or dropping as much as $5,000 in a day. And if you're tied emotionally and into stress on that, it can be very not fun. So I just logged into Ledger a little bit ago and noticed that I am down about $3,000 in money that had I withdrawn it before, I would have that much. And if I tried to withdraw it now, I would have about 3,000 less. Now that does not bother me for a couple of reasons. One is I'm mentally prepared to have that money in for years. I put the money in to buy Bitcoin because I believe Bitcoin will be worth more and more and more as time goes on for a variety of reasons. Primarily, those reasons are there are some of the biggest investment companies in the world buying it, there are countries buying it, and there are governments buying it. And I heard somebody say, if your government is buying something to use for money, it might be wise that you have some too, and that makes sense to me. In addition to that, I can see that if you have a shoebox full of dollar bills that you've stashed away in your savings, every time you open it, it'll look like less in there because inflation and taxes are so high that the Robert Kiyosaki, who's been saying cash is trash for years, is correct. Let's see what's going on here. So I'm going to close this. And Paul Darby turned on subscribers only mode. Only channel subscribers of 5 minutes or more can send messages. All right. Now, this is a brand new channel, and it looks like there are, I may be wrong, it looks like there's about 6 people here. So welcome if there's 6 people here or not. There'll probably be 6 people here see this. We have a brand new platform called I Have Bitcoin, and it was designed for the, I don't want to say common man because there's nothing common about us. We're spectacular and extraordinary. But the people out there go, I'm just a little guy. I'm a regular guy. I really don't like those words too much because being a little guy, I don't know. I'm regular size human being. I'm not a little guy. And you're not a little person. You're a full size human being. Bet you a quarter. And so you're not a little guy. You're a powerfully and wonderfully made human being by the creator of the universe. So you might notice that your dreams and your activities can be so much more than if you're a little guy. Yeah, watch your words, my friends. I know this is a channel about Bitcoin and not Paul thinks he's dad and giving advice. However, you guys have to realize I own a lot of companies online. And so I have hundreds or thousands of people that email me and tell me how broke they are. Now, I have a whole bunch of people that email me and thank me for them getting paid commissions and that they're doing good and thanks, all of that. But I don't tend to talk about them because often I will focus on really trying to put my efforts toward helping people. When I got into studying Bitcoin and decided it could really help me, I I went in like I do on other things, long, strong, and continuous with determination and commitment. So when you learn about Bitcoin, very much, you will probably think, hey, this Bitcoin is a good idea. I need to get some. I need to keep getting some, and I need to hold on to it. So if you're a member of the I Have Bitcoin, which if you're watching this live shot, you probably are because I had this one set up for subscribers only. I want to let you guys know something. Of course, I am not giving you investment advice. I'm not qualified to know what you should do. I'm only qualified part of the time to know what I should do. The only thing that I can do is tell you through my very best critical thinking and long study on this. It's only been a few months, so I'm certainly no expert, but I'm a thinking, rational human being. And I put some thought into this and some study into this. And it seems to me, again, that if governments and the largest fund managers and corporations and the people running the world are buying Bitcoin, I might want to have a little bit myself. So it made sense. So I started investing for myself in it. That's all I'm doing is sharing with you what I'm doing, and I'll give you recommendations. Like if you were my friend, I'd go, you need to get your behind some Bitcoin and get it now and keep getting it. Don't bury a credit card or get credit card balance for it. I'm talking about the money that you would use to go buy something that you don't really need. Maybe a let's see what a Netflix subscription. I'm not doing without my Netflix. Okay. All right. You get to run your life the way you want to. What I decided to do was put everything that I didn't need to live, to be smart, to eat, to pay bills with, I need to put it going toward Bitcoin because to me, that is the level of value of an asset that has gone up since the day it was invented. Now I'm going to do the little line thing, okay? So yeah, some days it's up, some days it seems down, but the line overall, since the day it was invented here, here's today, it is this. So if you put money into it, that value is doing that. Go look at how many Bitcoin it would have taken to buy a house 14 years ago, and go look at how many Bitcoin it would take to buy a house now. Bitcoin is of high value. All right. Plus, it's a freedom. It's perfect freedom for people. It is a money that gives you the freedom. It's not like land. A lot of people bank their money in land. They invest in real estate. What happens if something happens to the local taxes or the local government? Or I can know. I'm looking right now. California looks like it's an apocalyptic hellscape. Um, Alabama, Tennessee, about five of our states a month or two ago were hurricane and flood looked like the times of Noah apocalyptic hellscape. If you go out and look at part of the United States right now, it is frozen, stopped, roads closed, no power, frozen apocalyptic hellscape. Are you seeing kind of a trend here? One thing, there's some tough things going on. And so anything that we can do to perhaps that will be to our benefit that will increase in value over time, that might be a good thing to have. And frankly, I wouldn't go buy a piece of land right now based on taxes and world events. No, thank you. That's not where I would put the money that I have. And by the way, if the more that you will study, the less that paper stuff in your hand called cash will be of value to you. It is being taken from you in the form of taxes and inflation. And if you don't think so, go to the store and buy groceries. Go fill your car up. How does that money feel? Feels like it's less than it was not very long ago, doesn't it? And then it's less than it was not long before that. And it's less. We've lost 97% here in the United States of our purchasing power with the US dollar. So am I all doom and gloom and bad news? Shoot, no, I'm just saying that I applied the same principle to this as I did to when I teach men and women self-protection. As many of you know, I'm an executive protection agent. I used to protect families, protect. We did. I got to do a lot of fun stuff with a lot of interesting people. And one of the things that I came up with on the civilian side of this was I would say, figure out what the threats are. Get down, get your piece of paper, draw a big circle on it like a radar. Draw circles inside of it. Now, in the very center, make a dot. Now, put your threats as close to that dot, being you and your family, your home, where you're sitting, where you live right now. Put those threats as close to you are in their levels of threatening, threateningness, if you will. In other words, how much of a threat are they? Rank them. And if they're not good and you really don't like them, put them close, because that's going to be called, I have to deal with that. What do I mean by that? That may be, if you live in a crime-ridden city, that may be somebody breaking in or robbing you. If you live in right now in several areas of the country, it may be weather or things that appear to be created by weather, like hurricanes, floods, and fires. We don't know the actual source. I'm not getting into that of those things right now, but you can kind of figure, well, California fire may be pretty big on their threat list right now. So then what you do is you pick the threats that are most important and you figure out, what do I do to mitigate that threat or make it better if it happens? What do I need to do before it happens? So I did that with my financial life as well. I drew my circles, I put stuff down, I go, what looks like it's threatening me? And I went, a debt load, credit card debt, that's a threat. Car debt, that's a threat. Big mortgage, that's a threat, because all those things added up was a big debt. So what did I determine to do? Get rid of them, pay them, work, sacrifice, pay them. So I paid off and went debt free completely. Paid the house, paid the land, paid the cars, paid the new office building, paid all the credit cards, everything. Paid debt free. So then that's not a threat on my radar anymore. All right. So there's lots of kind of things that you will look at. What you can also make another graph for yourself. What is good? Well, I thought maybe a little bit of investing in an asset that might not be doing what cash is, which is being destroyed. A little bit of gold, a little bit of silver might be a good idea. A little handful here, handful there, and you have something in your hand that you can hold. It's another reason that I like Bitcoin so much, because you can keep your own. And all of this is in our courses. We have courses, we have Insiders Club, we have modules, just the most amazing training and day to day what to do to build your financial picture up, because what we want to do is create a portfolio of assets that are valuing. Now, to some of you, that just sounded like normal talk. To other people, you went, oh, portfolio of assets. No, it's not that. In other words, what's the stuff that you have that is going to be worth more instead of the stuff you have that is going to be worth less? So I'll show you an example. Now, do you see the side of my phone? The rubber part's gone from there. I could go spend $50 to go get another one. But I could also get that $50 and go buy Bitcoin with it. Guess what I've chosen to do lately? I don't need the newest phone with the newest, brightest color. I don't need the newest car, the newest anything, so all my neighbors can see and be impressed. But I would like to invest some in my own financial future. Once I did that and went, this is turning out really good for me and my family. Bing! I did the same thing with it that I do to internet marketing things. When I find something that works, I go to my programming teams. I got two teams. One is outside of Russia, one's in Pakistan. And because brilliant people are there programming, India is another great country for programmers. United States has great programmers too, but I did not want to pay United States wages for programming on this, because I'll get $300,000 worth of programming for less than a third of that, probably about a sixth of that. So I hire genius people. Sometimes they will be in other countries, sometimes here. I have US programmers too, periodically. All right, that being put aside, all that little information, I had them create proprietary programs that I own, my company, that I can share with my members. So I figure out something that works. I go have software programs and automation created. We own it. I put it in a platform and share it with my members. Things like our calculators for Satoshi, real quickly. A Satoshi is 1/100 millionth of a Bitcoin. Because a lot of people go, well, I can't afford a whole Bitcoin. Nobody said you had to afford a whole Bitcoin. But if you were collecting dollars and you couldn't afford a dollar, you might want to start collecting handfuls of pennies. Pennies are 1/100th of a dollar. So in Bitcoin, we might want to collect Satoshis. They're 1/100 millionth of a Bitcoin. So we can start collecting handfuls of Satoshis and we stack them and we stack them and we stack them and we stack them. And pretty soon we have some Bitcoin. So what about this platform? It's only $20 right now, and that's getting ready to go up. But my goodness, that's kind of a nice price for proprietary software. Also, the platform itself has built-in proprietary software. I'm not going to get into tonight. I just want to say everybody that you bring in, you get all those leads and all of their leads well, and they get that for people too. And then we can put it in marketing systems, and we do, and it's automated. So there's a lot of stuff that the platform will do for you. So back to our calculators, you can say, well, I think Bitcoin will go up, or I think it'll go down, and I think I can put in $10 a month, or I think I can put in $100 a month. How much will I have in 6 months? Well, I want more than that. What do I need to do to get more than that? So I've had them done in Satoshi calculators and Bitcoin calculators. Right now, they're making more. They're doing automated API from the big exchanges. I have to go buy the rights to be able to mix API with them, to be able to bring it to you. But I'm bringing the best software on this planet to you guys to have use of at no extra charge, just for being a member. So right now it's $20. If you go tell somebody and I pay you 50% for them signing up, what do you get? You get half of that. So just go share it with two people, and then your business is free. And all the stuff I've talked about is free, and so is theirs. This internet stuff that you have to run from. You buy a garage full of soap or something like that, and you're like, look, I'm in a big MLM. And people will run from you. This is something people will thank you for. This is a blessing. So if you really like someone or if you love them, share your I Have Bitcoin link with them, right? And then there's also going to be more and more fabulous ways that you have no idea of that I'm going to be able to help you share your link with complete strangers. So people that you don't know but you want to help, you'll be a blessing to people and you'll get paid very well for it. So, can y'all see that painting behind me? That is a very famous painting by a famous artist. I think it's probably worth $180,000. Now that's my own value. I just think that. It was my mother-in-law's. It was in her house. She's an artist. She painted it. And I used to just look at it every time I went over there. She goes, why do you always look at that? And I said, it's just beautiful. So I got it as a gift. How awesome is that? All right, so you guys, here's the takeaway for today. I shared the Satoshi thing. That's a big takeaway. I shared the link for you with two people that you care about, then you're free. They share it with two people they care about, then it's free. Then share it with two more people and you get commission. Put all your commissions into your own investing into Bitcoin. It goes into your account, not mine. And now you're building up, stacking, stacking, stacking. And in a year, 2, 3, 4 years, you might have something that just surprises the pants off of you. I'm not buying this to have money tomorrow. I'm buying this to have money in 4, 8, 12 years. Because I don't want to end up in a nursing home that smells like old people. I'd like to have plenty of money and retire very well. How's that feel for you? Pretty good? You want to still drive a nice car your whole life and live in a nice home? You better do something other than try to gut out 9-to-5 job earnings. And this is, in my opinion, the best thing that we can do for ourselves and our families. All right. So the thing that I said that I would share with you Normies, people that are not Bitcoin maximizers yet, maximalists, they're not into it, like in it to win it. And our next module, by the way, is all these terms. What's FOMO? What's a normie? So I want you to know in the industry when people talk, and if you read something or watch a video, you'll know what they mean. And learning the Bitcoin crypto language, we've got altcoins, we've got stable coins, we've got the blockchain, we've got cryptocurrency, we've got Bitcoin. It'd be a good idea to know what these things mean, because if you don't, you're just going to get left. So we're going to learn what it means. If you're in the airline industry, might be a good idea to know what a tail fin means, or a propeller, right? Or what lift and thrust mean. Just saying. So here's the takeaway, and then I'm done for today, because I have a live event to do in a few minutes. Got a few people here. We're going to end, it's 21. We're going to end at about 22, 23 minutes. Normies, people that are not plugged in yet, when the market goes way up, everybody wants in. Your Bitcoin link, when you share it, everybody's going to want to sign up. And it's wonderful. But when the market's down, normies, people that don't know what's going, they don't know that it's a gift. Buy the dip. You've heard buy low, sell high. I know you have. So when Bitcoin goes way down, which is called a market fluctuation, it goes down, you buy it when it's cheap. That way, when it goes up, you made a bunch of money. Now, you don't lose or make money until you cash out. So if the market goes up 5,000 in one day, you didn't make 5,000. You didn't make anything. It is what it is. If you withdrew it, then you would. That's called realized gains, not your theoretical what you're looking at. So you might make 1,000 and go, man, I want that. So then you withdraw it. Now, hopefully, we're going to teach you some other strategies to get your hands on money that is not going to cost you your Bitcoin, because there's only 21 million Bitcoin available to everybody in the whole world, and already over 19 million of them are gone, sold. So they may circulate around, but you're not getting them. The people that are getting them now, governments, countries, big, huge industries, they ain't parting with them. So we want to get our hands on some, like real dang fast. And then we want to hold them and get as more as we can. And that's why I've set up a program in there to where if you want to open your own Bitcoin account, make some commissions, use that commission to buy yourself more Satoshi in Bitcoin, you can. And then you'll just find, well, I'm starting to stack up and I've got something of value. And then as Bitcoin goes down and then goes up in another big cycle, do you know how people feel that they spent, I don't know, $1,700 on Bitcoin and now it's up to about 100,000? You know how they feel? Real dang happy that they stacked some Bitcoin. And when it goes up to 1 million or 13 or 15 million, if it does, as I believe it will, how will you feel when you have some? You'll be real dang happy that you got in at 100,000. And right now today it's a little cheaper because it's taking a dip. So don't run from the dip. Your dips are your gifts. If you get into this and believe it and you want some, don't let your mind be troubled and blown around like a leaf in the wind. Oh, I believe this. Now I believe this. Get into something and make a commitment and have an action plan. At least that's what I'm doing. I went, this Bitcoin thing, this is something to have. So if it goes way up one day, I don't go sell it and take all the money and go, woo, because that's not the plan. If it goes way down one day, I don't get depressed at all. Go, oh, no, I didn't lose all my money. I got more Bitcoin. And one of these days, you will realize that cash value and the Bitcoin value, they're not really as connected as you think now. You have Bitcoin, you have something. All right? So that's today's Bitcoin talk. It's going to be my pleasure to do these. I'll be looking forward to being back in my office with my new big neon I have Bitcoin sign, and I'll wear my Bitcoin hat and my Bitcoin shirts, and I'll be all about being a Bitcoin ambassador, because I think it's a wonderful, beautiful thing, and it's freedom money. And I think that the people that are wise and get Bitcoin and start stacking it, even if it's very little amounts now, if you have $5 a month, $10, $20, $50, 100, 200, 500, 1,000, whatever your amount is, What you do is you start now, and every week or every month as you can, you just get you some more Satoshis. Just give me some more. You just keep on doing it. And someday you're going to look at that and go, oh my gosh, I got a bucket full of those, and they went up 1,000 times in value. I'm set for life. Okay. All right, my friends. That is it for today's live. These will turn into like a live kind of show, if you will, not just me coming on in the spare bedroom where I'm at because we are having snow, freeze, and ice storm. So I'm doing the best I can with that and having the most fun possible. But we're gonna have a good run of Bitcoin. Just remember when it's down and you share your link, people will run from it like the plague because they don't know any better. Some will still get in because their brains are working. And those of us that do this now, 5 years from now, and the other people can't get any, and we have a bunch that's going up in value 100 times, 1,000 times or more, I don't believe we'll ever look back with regret if we do this program and work it. Okay, that's what I have for you. I'm going to end for now. I'm so glad that y'all came, and I love you. Take good care, stay warm and safe. I hope God blesses you and that you pull into Him and stack yourself some Bitcoin. All right, and I'm doing this from the business of ihavebitcoin.com. Bye for now.